We'll take a comfortable seat, roll the shoulders up and away from the ears. Keeping the chest nice and lifted, we'll drop the nose a little bit toward the floor. Eyes closed or soft. And starting to sense into your being. Try to notice what are the major energies right now. It's the balance of the energies in the body. So starting with the physical sensations in the body, seeing if you can notice what are the qualities that you're feeling right now. And then observing the emotional and mental qualities in the body, in the mind, in the heart right now. What are the qualities that are in abundance? They're easy to observe. We'll draw the awareness to the heart center. Just noticing in this chakra, how open is the heart? How easy is it to feel the heart center? What's it difficult or covered over today? And then we'll connect with the belly center, the chakra just below the heart. And again, checking in, how easy or difficult is it to sense this area of the body? Then using the breath, as if you were blowing onto the flames in a fireplace, you'll start to build heat in the belly center. So you can envision a ball of fire, a ball of light, starting to grow within this chakra, the belly center, feeding it with your breath, your intention, and your focus. Allow this ball of flame to start to spread, to start to warm the body. Just as if you were at a fire and you were blowing gently on the flames. Feeling the body responding and warming, front and back, left and right sides. Connecting with that spreading quality of flames, the ability to slowly move throughout the body. And as the flames pass over the heart center, start to connect with the two chakras together, the belly center and the heart, allowing the heart energy to spread with the flame, spread throughout the body, connecting love and fire. Keep feeding the flames with the breath, with the intention, allowing the whole body, all the way to the fingertips and the toes, to warm from both the heat of the flames as well as the love, center of heart, pure energy. And if this energy feels strong today, you can allow it to spill through the body and start to spread out into the world. But don't go so far that you start to feel depleted. Just letting the energy flow easily through the heart center and that belly center, creating heat, creating love, and spreading slowly as far as feels right today. As far as you can go while still maintaining the purity of the energy. Seeing if you can relax your effort around this process, letting the energy flow easily. Love and heat as far as you can reach today. And then slowly you'll start to bring that energy back into your body. Checking in with your body, noticing if that practice changed anything. A couple more nice deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, you'll slowly open the eyes and back into space. All right. Let's start by rolling the shoulders. I'm just going to continually draw the shoulders up and back. Just the shoulders. So your shoulders have these areas of where the brown fat can accumulate, which is that heat-producing, metabolically rich fat. So it's a good thing to work this area of the body, build heat in the body. And just moving our shoulders. I'm going to pause that direction, start to shrug the shoulders the other way, forward. And then we'll let the shoulders settle down. We drop the right ear toward the right shoulder. So we're going to lengthen out the side of the neck. And then nod the head up and down while still keeping your ear down. Just letting gravity help here. If you want, you can release your left hand down toward the floor. You can keep it on the lap, whichever feels better. And then we'll do 2 rotations around. So pay attention to which side you go. I'm going to do a big circle all the way around with your nose, 2 full rotations. Releasing the neck here. When you come back over that right shoulder, we're going to pause there and then you're going to roll on over to the other side, drawing the left ear toward the left shoulder. And then lift and lower the nose, nodding the head while keeping the ear down. And if you want to release now your opposite hand toward the floor, you can. And then thinking about the opposite way from the way you went the first time, I'm going to do 2 full rotations here with the neck, drawing big circles with the nose. And when you get back over that left shoulder, we'll pause there, roll towards center, and then you can lift the head. All right, let's take the hands back behind. They could be right at the hip level, or they might be a little bit further back. Come into a back bend, draw the shoulder blades together, and tipping the top of the pelvic bone forward. Open the chest. If it feels okay on that neck, you can drop the head back, arching the back, lift to the center of the chest. Now inhale, come on back up. Now let's interlace the fingers and bend your elbows. So the elbows are straight out in front of you. You're going to lift your elbows. So they're kind of level with the floor, yeah. And then with your hands interlaced, let's roll the wrist. So you like draw a circle with your hands. You might hear or feel a little snap, crackle, popping going on. That's okay. And then we're going to change the interlace of your fingers and then rotate the other way. And then we'll release that and extend your right hand out with the palm up on my camera screen. Again, I'm pausing things. So with the hand extended forward, reach up, grab your fingers with your other hand and pull back. And then release that and turn your fingers down toward the floor, and then take your hand in front and very gently start to pull back here. So the intention is the top of the wrist. So we're going to feel this. Then we'll release that one. We'll come to the other side. So starting with the hand, the fingers up, and grab a hold of those fingers and start to pull back. So here we're doing the front outer part of the wrist. The harder you pull back, the stronger you feel that. And then switching, taking your fingers toward the floor, and then with your other hand, like maybe over the knuckle region, starting to pull back here. Then we'll release the hands and let's take them straight out in front. So arms straight out, hands toward the floor. We're going to spread the fingers as wide as you can, super wide on the fingers, and then play the piano. See if you can articulate one finger than the other, like how low. Jen, these are big piano keys. How far down can you go here, one after another? If you were doing what's it called when you go up a scale in the piano, so that you can really feel those fingers, really feel that's your maximum that you can lift or lower your fingers. All right, now we'll go ahead and release, hands down. Good work. All right, let's come on to hands and knees. And once you're here in hands and knees, we'll do some cat-cow. It's really checking in with the back. And trying to keep the gaze soft, the face soft. And next time you come into cat pose, that will be the last one. We'll come back to a neutral spine. And let's take your right foot back, pressing through the heel, and then lift that leg so it's parallel with the floor. Trying to not collapse in the back, we'll take the left hand off the mat, extend the arm forward. Challenging balance here. Right leg back, left arm forward. Breathing, pulling into the core. Now bring the hand down and the knee down. We'll come to the other side. So we'll press back to the left leg, nice and straight leg, and then lift that leg in line with the hip. And then we'll take the right arm off the mat and extend. Again, not collapsing in the back. Looking, extending, reaching through your fingers and your heel. Breathing, balancing. Now bring the hand down and the knee down. Let's walk the hands forward just a bit. Spread your fingers wide and press them into the mat. So I'm going to come into a very brief downward facing dog. So try to tuck your toes and lift the hips up and back. Just a couple of breaths in your down dog. And then we're going to come into an Uttanasana, standing forward bend. So you bring your feet and your hands toward each other. Coming into your standing forward bend here. So we're going to try to lift that tailbone up toward the ceiling. Trying to balance your weight across the feet by bringing your hips forward or back, whatever is necessary, to find the very center of the feet. And then over the top of that support, that's when you let the head drop, let the upper body drop down toward the floor. So it's like you were going to put your head on your toes. And really working with your knees. So just being very kind to the knees. So they might be slightly bent. That's okay. Just sort of feeling out. It's like the first hamstring stretch we've really done this morning. So just letting them slowly work their way toward a straight position, not forcing it. Working with the breath here too. See if you can breathe into the back of the body. Can you breathe up into the belly? With each exhale, letting the head drop a little more, the whole upper body be weighted down toward the earth. And then I'm going to take a slight bend to the knees and support with the abdominals. We're going to ragdoll style roll our way up to standing, coming slowly and breathing. Connecting with earth if you're feeling lightheaded, coming all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Once you're in your Tadasana, we're connecting down to the feet. Let's take the arms up and over the head. Palms together, cross the thumbs, crescent pose to the right. We'll drop down toward that side. Extend on the whole left side of the body. And then from here, we're going to take the hips a little to the left. So now you're coming into more of that crescent moon shape. Inhale, we'll come back up to center, and we're going to come to the other side, crescent pose. So starting to drop down toward the left side, and then just shifting the hips a bit to the left so you get more of a rounded crescent moon. On inhale, come on back up to center and release the hands. We're going to take your left, let's stand on your right foot and take your left foot back behind. So just a little step back. You're standing on the right foot, left foot back, and the tops of your toes on your left foot. So your weight is on your front foot. So I'm going to be on the right foot, left foot back. And from here, you're going to rotate. You're going to rotate around your ankle or the tops of your toes. And try to feel that circle come all the way up into the hip. You can roll around, it might spread the toes, roll around the toes. So thinking of the toe joints, there's a lot of joints in the toes. Thinking of the feet joints, there's a lot of little tiny bones in our feet. I think the feet are the part of the body that have the most joints, the most tiny little bones. So it's kind of rotating around and also having that rotation all the way up into the hip. And then I'm going to pause in one direction, go the other way. So again, circles. You might get more snap, crackle, popping going on. That's okay. All your weight is in that right leg. And then we'll release that side. The left side's now gonna be your standing leg. So shift your weight onto your newly enlivened left foot. And take your right foot back now, just a little bit behind onto your toes. And then I'm gonna circle here. So again, you might come on the tip of the toes. You might stay on the ball of your foot. You might come on the top of your foot, whatever feels good here, but circling ankles, toes, feet, a little in the knee, and all the way up into the hip. So you're thinking about spreading the toes and then enlivening your feet, ankle, lower leg. Waking up the body. It's cold, it's morning. Be sluggish blood flow. And then gotta go the other rotation, the other direction, same thing. So if you're one that is struggling with cold feet, cold hands, slow circulation in the body, these kinds of work is really, really good for just reminding, oh yeah, we have feet, we have to get blood all the way down into the feet. All right, when we're done there, we'll come on back to balance on 2 feet. I'm going to take a bend to the knees, reach your hands down to thighs or knees, and then circle here. So this is also going to get into your ankles, but also your knees in a nice supported way. Just that 1950s dance move. Moving the knees in a circle. And we'll go the other way. Go a little faster. You might get a little more blood flow there. And then we're going to come on up to the hips and hula hoop. Hands in the hips, hula hooping, circling. Again, you might go a little faster. Think of those performers that have like 50 different hula hoops going at once. This is how much they have to move. Then we'll go the other way, hula hooping the awkward weird direction, or everything fell down. And then coming back to stand, make sure you don't have anything behind you. We're going to take this into a backstroke, but a rapid backstroke. So it's like you're trying to swim really fast. If you can backstroke your way through, might pick up the speed, trying to swim as fast as you can, and just letting those shoulders heat up, keep the breath flowing, feet are rooted on the floor. So you might feel a little twist in the spine as we're doing this. And I come to a pausing, stopping point. Now try the other way. Now we're going to swim forward fast as we can. Again, twisting in the spine as needed, letting that natural twist happen. And using gravity here, just letting the shoulders do what they will. We start to feel heat in the body. All right, we've reached our swimming destination. You can let the shoulders relax. Good work. Let's take the right foot forward, left foot back for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Right foot forward, left foot back, squaring those hips, front knee bends. When you're ready, arms up. Connect with the feet on the floor. Connect with that energy in the body. See if you can soften the mind. Just focusing on what you're doing. From here is come into revolve side angle pose. So bringing the hands together at the heart, leaning forward and turning. Strength is in the legs. So supporting with the feet, with the legs, wrapping around the length of the spine will open the chest toward the right. On the inhale, we're going to unwind back to warrior one. Finding your balance. And exhale, release the hands to the hips, step the feet together. We're going to come into triangle pose. So we're going to take, again, the right foot forward, left foot back, but in a way that's Trikonasana triangle. So we're going to open out with the hips in line with the feet. And so the reason I had you step your feet together first, so you want to make sure you've got that line between connecting your right foot and your left foot. Trikonasana triangle, remember the hips are in line with the feet and a little inner rotation on that back leg. Heel out, toe in on your back foot. When you're ready, arms out and come on down. Trikonasana triangle on this side. If it doesn't feel right, this is where you connect your inner teacher. If it doesn't feel right, make those adjustments so that the hips are open and the shoulders are stacking one on top of the other. But your legs and feet are strong here. Both legs straight, both knees straight without being locked. Breath is flowing. Now from here, you're going to come into warrior two. So bend your front knee and come on up. Again, if it doesn't feel right, make the adjustments that you need. Strong legs, supporting the body, connecting with that earth energy below. Now let's do a reversed warrior. Let's take that right hand, right palm up toward the ceiling. Left hand can drop down the back leg or curl under the back. That knee's still bent, taking as much of a side bend as you like. Inhale back to a warrior two. Now we're going to come back into a Tadasana. So stepping the feet together, back to mountain pose. And then transitioning back to sagittal plane, coming forward into the warrior one, other side. So now your left foot forward, right foot back. So this is a little tricky, going back and forth between lateral and sagittal. This is a good test of your skills. So we're coming into warrior one, which is those hips forward, front knee bent, back leg straight, arms up over your head. Virabhadrasana one. So each time we make that shift from one to the other, it's testing whether or not we remember what the posture's fundamentals were. And can we make those changes in the hips? So finding the feet on the floor, the strength in the legs. Warrior one here, softening your effort. And then coming into revolved side angle pose, palms together at the center of the heart, lean forward, keep your legs where they are, but twist around the spine, opening out toward the left side now. If you're coming low with your elbow on your knee, try to drop your hips low toward the floor. On an inhale, coming on back to warrior one, challenging your balance. And then release the hands to the hips, stepping your feet together. And we're going to come into Trikonasana triangle on this side. So now that left foot forward, right foot back, hips rotating in that lateral position, aligning with your feet, both legs straight. When you're ready, Trikonasana coming on down on this side. So again, if it doesn't feel right, make the adjustments that you need. Stacking your shoulders and opening the hips, connecting with earth, easy flowing breath. And then from here, we'll bend that front knee to come on up for warrior two. So really feeling the bones, your bones of your legs moving down into the earth, control the muscles around the bones in a supportive but not overworking way. So just finding that connection where muscle on bone is sometimes referred to. And then we'll come into reversed warrior, taking that left hand up and over the head, the right arm dropping down or curling under the back. So strong legs, but getting as much of a side bend as you're wanting here, feeling and sensing into the body. Stay in the body. And then coming back into the warrior two. And we're going to step back into a Tadasana mountain pose, bring feet back together. I'm going to have the feet about hip distance apart, outside edges parallel. I'm going to come into a chair pose, so taking the arms up and over the head. Bend the knees, starting to drop the hips toward the floor. Just make sure you're not hooking the rear end back. So tailbone drops down between the feet, pulling your lower abdominals in. So you can feel the support around that pelvic girdle. So right now we're balancing across the whole bottom of the foot, from toes to heels and left to right sides. We're going to interlace the fingers and bring your hands straight forward, elbows straight. And notice how that changes your balance. See if you can still find your feet, still find the center of the feet. Knees still bent. And I'm thinking of your lower legs, particularly your shins region, pushing down into the floor. So I'm going to try and keep your heels down for this part. And see, we're anxious to go there, which we're going to do, but we're doing this a second here. Finding your center of your balance here, good. Now we're going to take your hands back up over your head, still connecting with your center of balance, with your bones here. You can release your hands apart. Now you're going to shift your weight into your toes and try to lift your heels. Connect with your bones, your leg bones, pushing down through those toes. See if you can lift your heels. They might not come up all the way. Keeping your toes lifted, now we're going to interlace your fingers again and bring your hands straight forward. Notice how that changes your balance, challenging your balance. Keep breathing, focusing on bones pushing down into the earth. Heels still off the floor. Breath is flowing. Release the hands, so bring them back up over the head and slowly bring your heels down to contact with the earth, using those feet muscles. Bring back into a full chair pose. One more breath, almost done. On your next exhale, we're going to straighten the legs and come into an Uttanasana. Standing forward bend. Move slowly, move with your breath. Let the head drop. So breathing into the back, into the legs, still connecting with those bones pushing down into the earth and the legs. Bones lifting up, lifting the tailbone up toward the ceiling. Full length of those leg bones. And then from here, we're going to work our way all the way down onto the mat and onto our back. And let's draw your knees in for a happy baby pose, kicking your feet up toward the ceiling. So here you can use your arm strength to draw the legs down toward your shoulders. You might rock side to side or actively just pulling your feet a little more down. If your tailbone's kind of really pointing up toward the ceiling, let's try to root it down, flatten out the back. Spine, the hips down toward the floor, shoulders can drop down. And then taking this into a Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. Soles of the feet will come together, the knees out wide, and using your hands holding your feet or ankles, starting to pull your feet in closer. So the knees open out, feet in close to the body. When you'll release the feet back down onto the mat, we'll take them about mat width apart and drop your knees from one side to the other. Your arms might be out to the side, they might be over your head. Whatever feels good here, just dropping your knees, letting the hips rock, the back release. Then when you feel balanced here, you can work your way into Shavasana, horse pose, making sure you're comfy, using any props if you like. You can really relax into the posture. I'm going to end practice today by working with a 4-part breath, sometimes called square breathing. What this means is that each part of your breath, the inhale, a holding in of the inhale, and exhale, and holding out of the exhale, will be of equal length. So you can have any length that you like, whether it's a 4 count, a 6 count, an 8 count, just making sure that they are equal. So whenever you are ready, when you inhale, try to count for how long does it naturally take your inhale to fill. And then hold your breath in for that same count. When you've completed that, then exhale for the same count. And hold the exhale out for the same count. And just continue with that cycle, square breathing, for a few rounds. You might notice that your count may increase or decrease, depending on the need of your body. Try to not hyper focus, but instead to really feel and work with the flow. You can even envision a square as you do this. Being present with your breathing. So the next time that you exhale, that'll be the last part of your square breathing, just like a natural, easy breath. Return. And as you're ready from here, you can work your way back up to a seated position. All right, so bring the hands together at the heart. Just recognizing how fortunate we are to be able to work, practice together, work on our yoga. And I thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.
Namaste.